Hi everyone, my name is Chris Martin. Welcome to Keto with me. It is day 31 on my journey back into keto. New to my channel? Check out my day 0 video where I cover the details and reasons of why I created this video series. All right, let's roll the clip. All right, that was my day 31 clip. So, what do you got on, Chris? Yep, I switched t-shirts for the next 30 days. I was thinking a little bit the other day, about whether or not, I should try to differentiate between, the first 30, the next 30, and then probably the 30 after that. And I thought, what would be better than, a shirt change? So, plus the other shirt that I had, that I had been wearing is becoming excessively baggy on me. It's actually an X large. It started out being, tighter, and then obviously, it got looser and looser and looser as we got closer and closer to today. So this is the new shirt. It is also an X large. I wish it was a large. It's just pretty brand new. I've only worn it, I think, once or twice before, and it's been washed maybe once or twice. Well, it better be washed the number of times I wore it, because that means it would stink if I didn't. So I just wanted something again, so when you look at the series, that you could right away go, oh yeah, that's the next 30, and so forth. Plus, I wanted something a little bit more fitted. That way, when I'm doing those body shots, I don't have to kind of pull the shirt a little bit to so you can see my gut shrinking. I do have quite a bit of a gut still, a roll that hangs over, and I really, want that to be emphasized, as we're moving through this, so you can see the success there, and know that I'm feeling good. I did contemplate. I got a new large. I tried this on for a moment this morning, and it fits fine. I could totally wear it. It's not crazy snug, it's just snug enough. But then again, I was like, I'm not going to go out and buy a new shirt for the next 30 days. I'm going to get some use out of this before I donate it. So let's roll with the numbers now. Yesterday I've got some really good numbers to share. So carbs, I had 6 yesterday, very good. My blood glucose was 79. That's really good, under 80 again. I've only think I had that once so far. My ketones are 3.1, which is phenomenal. It's just the more I stick with it, the better the numbers get. And, as you saw the weight loss from yesterday of 2 pounds, that was just phenomenal. My weight loss wasn't as much today. My weight loss was only a half a pound, but I'll take it. It's great. Again, weight loss, not the most critical thing I'm looking for, but definitely makes you feel good for sure. I mean, every time you get on it and it's wow, it's going down. This is just amazing. So it is 212.5, so I went down a half a pound for a grand total of 21.9 to date. So woohoo. My macros yesterday were 75%, 2%, and 23%. So that was, fat, carb, protein. So I'm doing everything right. My 2 new numbers I'm tracking now are my Dr. Boz ratio and the GKI. The Dr. Boz was 25. So you remember she had 80, 40, and then 20. So I made it to 25. That's really good. So I'm tickled about that. That means I'm, definitely in weight loss and definitely triggering some kind of level of autophagy. Woohoo! So, all right, that's it for my numbers. Let's get on to my goals. All right, let's take a look at my day 31 goals. We are in week 5. I think it's day 3 of week 5. So right from the get-go, you'll see that I have 8 hours under sleep. I absolutely needed that. I was, like I said, I have energy, but there are times, like when I go to get up and I'm like, wow, okay, that, like the one night I had, it was like 4 or 5 and just tossing and turning, but it's always good. It's the weekend, so 8 hours sleep. I moved myself up to the best category on that one. That is fantastic. Moving on to my eating category. So with fasting, I have another 23 hours and 30 minutes in. That went really well. So I put myself in beast mode on that. I haven't really had any problem, continuing to do that. So my body's gotten pretty adjusted to it. Mineral salt, I know the pattern. It's become pretty routine. And I believe that, with the number of carbs that I'm eating and high fat, is the one reason why I'm starting to see those really high ketone numbers and, really low glucose numbers. So I'm just going to keep doing that. My style is dirty clean. Since I've been home from that 3-day trip, I continually, get to eat at home. Yesterday was leftover, so I just, made some eggs to go with the leftover bacon and sausage that we had from the previous day. And I know that's probably, someone would be like, oh, that's, dirty or something, because it's processed. To me, I mean, I'm looking for good quality meats, and stuff like that. I think it's good. So macros, as I mentioned before, 6 carbs. That's a pretty low number. I, didn't realize I would, be that low consistently. So I was, again, hoping to stay under 20. So my macro percentages were, pretty dead on. 75% for fat, 2% for protein, and 2 for carb and 23 for protein. So dead, right next to the numbers that are ideal. And we don't have to hit these perfectly. We want to just be higher fat, lower carb, moderate protein. So, and you're going to fluctuate around that. As far as learning goes, every day I, review videos. Sometimes I'll review 2 of them, but I usually tell you when I do that. So I reviewed one yesterday. I think you're going to like today. So I'm at 3 videos for the week, and I feel like I'm in the better category for that one. Tracking, got my notebook, got my spreadsheet, got chronometer on my phone, and doing great on that one. So I left myself in beast mode. Meditation, a couple 5-minute meditations yesterday, chill out, relax, breathe deeply, and just tune everything out. And so I moved myself up to the better on that. I keep trying to remember to move that one. And then exercise, non-existent, though I'm pondering, introducing like yoga or something next week. I put the P90X3 yoga as exercise because the time you get done with it, you're like sweating to death. It's not an easy yoga workout, so it would be a good starter for me to work on. That's it for my goals, folks. Let's talk about the video recommendation. Let's talk about the day 31 video recommendation. As promised, I said I would go out and find a video for autophagy, something that I've dangled a carrot on a few times here and there. And this is another Dr. Boz video. I know I'm very partial to her, but she does a lot of detail. I mean, I found a couple other ones, but I really like hers. It's an older video, but it's still 100% on point. It's 12 minutes and 53 seconds long, definitely worth the watch. It is called Autophagy Fasting, The Mystery Explained by Dr. Boz. Now, I want to just, right off the get-go, she mentions this is great for boomers. I just want people to know that it's for all of us. I'm a Gen Xer, so, but I don't care about the generation thing. I care about, what's healthy for me and what's healthy for you. And anybody, I don't care, how old or young you are, can benefit, from benefit from autophagy. It's just that when we get older, this autophagy is something that pretty much is non-existent because of the way we eat, you know, and how long it's been since we've had any kind of stress on our body to force us into autophagy. So what is well, first of all, she said that a lot of doctors don't really didn't understand or even know what it was until as of recent. And when I say recent, I mean like 2016. Because in 2016, the Nobel Peace Prize winner for, and I didn't write his name down, but the guy that wrote, the guy that he did his, he got it from autophagy. So, and they could prove, or somehow he proved that, you know, your body, you know, basically cleans itself out, and this is a what happens in your body. So the definition, you know, as she explained it, means eat thyself. So, you know, right now your body doesn't, you know, if you're following the standard American diet, even if you lose weight, your body is not really doing any kind of autophagy, because you have to have your body down into, you know, a state of fasting in order for it to trigger it. And she said that you can see the benefits of autophagy in as little as 12 hours of fasting. So, but obviously you would get more as you get a better, you know, Dr. Boz ratio, a better GKI. So let me look at my notes here. You know, she says, you know, basically junk hangs out in the cell, it doesn't get cleaned out, you know, and then, you know, this thing, and they proved it in autopsies and stuff where, you know, they can see from someone, you know, who's had Alzheimer's, and even who hasn't had Alzheimer's, that, you know, there's buildup, that there's junk, that there's, you know, they look at the cells and they can see all this. So what she's wanting to do is she's trying to explain to us is that let's get our bodies doing their natural reaction. This is something that would normally occur 100 years ago. We would, you know, we didn't have food readily available all the time, so we would have periods of fasting. So our body would clean themselves out, you know, and stuff like that. So she brings up also, you know, apoptosis, which is cell death. You know, our bodies are under constant, you know, chronic stress, chronic inflammation. If you get rid of this, then you will be, you will definitely clean out that old junk. She brought up the comparison of someone who loses 100 pounds on the standard American diet and someone who would lose 100 pounds. I think she said it was 100 pounds, but it was a lot of weight. And the comparison she was making is that, you know, the folks that end up with like flabby skin afterwards typically go and get surgery for it, because that's all modern medicine has for you, is let's go get surgery to remove that extra skin, which makes them feel good, but there's more to it than just taking that layer of skin off. She said there's, you know, blood vessels under there and other stuff that, you know, you're messing with. So it's not necessarily the ideal situation. Doesn't mean that, you know, you should never do it, you know, but she's saying, and I've seen it before. When I lost all the weight before, I didn't have any like bunching of skin, you know. If I did, it was for a very short period of time until my body caught up and started, you know, eating that. So she tells you that, you know, don't worry about the old skin, you know, that stuff will, you know, clean itself up. So other things you can look for if you're someone who has a, you know, like skin tags. I have one skin tag. I'm blessed that I only ever had one, and it's under, I think it's under this armpit, and it always goes away, you know, whenever I do keto and fasting specifically, because it just eats it up. And it's not long into it. I haven't actually checked it. I should check it and just let you guys know. But she mentions that. I thought that was fascinating. You know, there's a huge benefit to doing this. You know, the closer you get, the lower you get, the better you are, you know, with getting to that, you know, let's remove the, you know, potential cancer cells and stuff like that. We know from the one video where I talked, where Thomas DeLauer said he referred to those cancer studies, that those tumors shrunk to almost, you know, shrunk to where they were undetectable, you know, because they got rid of it and so forth. So I thought that was very, very fascinating. So anything to avoid surgery, you know, like if you have extra skin and stuff. It's an older video, but definitely worth it. And she always explains it in a way that, you know, makes sense to all of us. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe I can find another video that's, that kind of supports it and, you know, so forth, and I can share that one. Thanks. that's it for my goals for day 31. That's it for day 31, folks. Thanks for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe so you can keto with me. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. Just remember, nobody's perfect. Be a coach, not a critic, and take care.